Hi, once again, everybody. Welcome back to BC Football Camp, Episode 2. Great to have you with us. I'm John Meterparel with BC defensive backs coach Cory Robinson, a newcomer on the BC staff. Welcome to Boston College.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Excited.
How's it feel?
Feels great. Feels great. You know, played ball not too far down the road in college, so used to the New England area and the weather, and you know it's good to have these summers, you know, where you get a nice breeze, you know, coming off the ocean, and it ain't too hot, it's not too humid, but just right. So no, I missed it, and I'm excited to be back in this area.
And you're coming from the heat, Jacksonville.
No doubt.
Jacksonville Jaguars last year in their defensive backfield. What's the transition been like for you back to the college ranks?
Yeah, no, it's been good, man. I tell people, you know, I'm just a football coach, and I've coached at the high school level and been blessed to coach at the college level and coach in the National Football League. And so anywhere that there's a field and there's young men that are passionate and want to play ball, and they need someone to give them direction, I want to be there. And so the transition has been awesome, man. And you know, not a better group of guys to work with. Start with our head ball coach. The way he runs the program is very, very similar. Obviously, his background and experience. So it's up my alley. It's used to, you know, it's what I'm used to. And then these players, man, they're pros. They're guys that take it serious, that it means a lot to them. Smart young men that go to Boston College and are tough. And so they play the brand of football that I'm accustomed to coaching. So the transition has been seamless, to be honest.
Yeah, you're dealing with a stacked defensive backfield. I've talked to Coach O'Brien about this throughout the offseason. One of the strengths of the team.
Yeah.
Tell us where you are right now, a week into training camp.
They're taking the coaching, they're playing together, communicating. All right, the mistakes aren't being repeated, and that's what you want to see as a coach. That lets you know that these guys are in tune, and again, it matters to them. And so they're improving every day, and that's our mission, that's our plan, to improve every day. We're on a race to improve daily. Is how we speak about it. We don't see failure, we only see opportunity, and those guys have really taken to that and have brought that to life.
So they do take to the coaching. As I know a lot of coaches have to deal with that coming back from the NFL. These guys have been receptive to that?
Absolutely. I tell them, listen, I'm going to coach you guys like I coach the great Honey Badger or Malcolm Jenkins or Marcus May or Marcus Williams or, you know, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Marshawn Lattimore. Like when I look at those guys, I see those guys. You know, and I'm not going to give them anything less, because the only difference between the rookie and the vet, and right now these guys are obviously being young guys, right? They're not veteran football players. Some of them are veteran college players. The only difference between the rookie and the vet is what the vet knows. And so if we can increase their knowledge and understanding and kind of shorten that dissonance between where they are and where the guys that they're trying to be are at, then ultimately we raise their level of play. And that's my style of coaching, and that's the approach that we've chosen to take.
As far as the way the group has gelled, a couple players, Sayer Torrance, Coach O'Brien's talked about him.
Yeah.
Amari Jackson coming back from an injury.
Absolutely.
Yep. Terrific safeties, Omar Thornton, KP Price, Carter Davis. Yep. So I look at that and I say, boy, there's a lot of depth there. Would you agree?
Cam Martinez.
And Cam Martinez.
Right. So, no, listen, it's a tremendous group. I've inherited a great group. I'm blessed. That was what attracted me to this opportunity. You know, I being in the NFL, but I'm a ball coach. I watch college football closely. And it was very clear to see with Bill O'Brien being here and Tim Lewis and the style of play. When you watch this team last year, I got a chance to see a few games. You could see that, man, this thing is headed in the right direction, and there's some players there. So when the opportunity came, for me, it was a no-brainer, and it's because of the guys that you mentioned. And then there are more guys. I tell them we're only as strong as our weakest man, and so if we eliminate weakness and we're all strength, that's where we want to get to as a unit. But the guys you mentioned, man, they're doing a great job. They're going to be guys that, you know, the fans are going to enjoy watching, look forward to. Our goal is to put a good brand of football out there that's exciting, and I think those guys are guys that are capable of delivering on that promise.
What technique are you looking for from your defensive backfield? What do you coach?
Yeah, so it starts with being ruthless and relentless. All right, that's what we are. The proof of desire is in your pursuit. And so whether it's a press technique, whether it's half-field safety, a middle third safety, playing in the box, got to fit the B-gap. The proof of your desires in your pursuit. So how we attack, ruthless and relentless in everything that we do. The technique, the things like that, we can always get better in developing the skill, right? But the effort and the attitude, that's something that's non-negotiable and we don't compromise on. We're going to do multiple things and have tools that are going to allow us to be successful. And that's my job, to help, build a toolbox that these guys have so they can make full speed decisions and do the right thing longer than the opponent.
Sure. What did you learn from not only the NFL but from your college experiences to keep in that box for you to unlock, so when things happen, you say, wait a minute, I've been there before?
Yeah. Well, it's experience. And, it's never forgetting what you know. And it's constantly watching tape and going back and looking at your teach tapes and looking at film and how you coach guys. And, man, if I would have coached this guy differently, or if I would have told him this differently. So when it comes up again, you can be ahead of it.
Right.
Taking a proactive approach to the mistake, to development, is what I've done. And that allows me to bring the experience along with me to kind of be able to give these guys a little bit of a foresight or heads up, so that it doesn't show up on a Saturday afternoon and that's the first time that we're able to teach them. But it's, hey, I've seen this before. Why didn't I get ahead of it?
Interesting. 3 weeks from Saturday, your opener against Fordham.
Yes.
What do you have to do to get this group even more ready?
Man, it's taking it day by day. Every day for us is game day. That way when we get to Fordham, we've been there. It's nothing different. It's how we've approached every day of every aspect of what we do with a sense of urgency.
Yep.
And then on game day, every game day is championship Saturday.
I love it, man. I'm ready to play, Cory.
Man, me too. I wish I could do it.
You got me going here. You got me jacked up. Cory Robinson, a pleasure.
Man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Best of luck this year.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Cory
it.
Robinson on the BC Football Camp Report. This is the BC Football Camp Report, joined by BC star safety KP Price. How you doing?
Sir, I'm blessed. How you?
I'm doing great, thanks. And you're now almost a week into camp. How you feeling?
Man, we feel great. Just taking steps every day, getting better day by day. Each moment, just taking advantage of it. And we feeling great.
You're at a point now, your conditioning, you told us down in Charlotte, you're in the offseason, you felt like you were stronger than ever. What'd you do in the offseason to get ready?
Man, everything. Just work with my brothers. Just put in the work each day, weight room, off the field, certain DB drills we do. Just everything, just however we can get better, that's what we aim to do each and every day, no matter what it is.
What do you feel like this team needs to do to take the next step this year?
I feel like we just need to keep building on what we have. I feel like obviously we don't, we still can get better in all areas, and that's just what we have to focus on. Just be in the moment, not looking too far ahead. I feel like we have all the factors, all the players that we need to go win, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what we aim to do. Just keep building each and every day. What
have you learned about the defense in the early stages of camp? Do you feel like you're in a good spot?
Oh yeah, what I learned is we got a very physical defense. We love football, each and every one of us, no matter whoever that 11 is on the field. We love football. We're going to go hunt. We want the ball.
As one of the leaders of the defense, what are you preaching to the younger players?
Just getting better each and every day, just watching the guys ahead of them, see what they do, what they can learn from them, what techniques they can improve on, just slow and steady. We don't have to rush anything. Camp is a time where we got to get better and continue to improve each and every day. Techniques, fundamentals, all that. So just taking it step by step.
We spoke with Cory Robinson earlier. Seems like he's adjusted and made himself an impact early. What have you learned from him?
Coach Cory, that's a blessing. Just everything, how to fit the run, how to read, run, pass. Just obviously we had those fundamentals, but he just making it way easier, giving us better keys to read, better coaching tips, just everything, just how to improve as an all-around DB, as a corner, as a safety, as a nickel. He got all the tools in his mindset. So we just need to pick it up from him, put it back out.
What are you studying on a daily basis as a safety to make yourself better?
I'm studying, what the tendencies of our offensive line. So just practicing like I'm game planning, like it's a regular week. Say we're going into a game, trying to study our offense. I actually said this at the ACC Media Day. Trying to pick apart offenses, trying to find tendencies, trying to find clues to help me. I feel like I have all the athletic advantages. So now is the mindset, being a student of the game. Learning, slight tips that could help me. Just be in a better position to make a big play.
What do you want to do this year to elevate it? Do you have a mental checklist of things you want to do to get better?
Yes, obviously, feel like I want to improve on man coverage skills. Feel like I'm doing good. Just continue to stack. Like I said, be a student of the game. Just take it serious. Watch film and take it seriously. Not watching it vaguely just to watch it, but watching it with a purpose. Those two big things. Those are the biggest things. And like I said, just wherever I can improve, I'm looking forward to do that.
You've been here a few years now. What's it been like for you to be a BC football player, not only on the field but off the field?
I love it. I love every moment of it. On the field, of course, I just love football. No matter what it is, I want to play football. But off the field, as I've grown as a BC student athlete, I've seen the advantages that we have off the field, like the Alumni Association. Guys like you, just our media team, everything. Everybody that pours into the program, man, we love them and we appreciate them.
Well, we appreciate you as well. Good luck this year. We're looking forward to many big hits and many interceptions.
100%. Thank you.
All right. KP Price on the BC Football Camp Report. BC Football Camp Report Episode 2 continues with BC running back Jordan McDonald. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Everything all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feeling good after almost a week of camp?
I feel amazing. The team's getting a lot better. We're all working hard, and it's really competitive. I feel great.
How do you manage the feeling when you go home? I'm sure you're beaten up a little bit. Do you feel like, all right, this is what it's supposed to be? Is it a mental game for you in that regard?
When I go home and feel beat up, it's more so of like I know I did my job during that day. So I know if I go home and I feel kind of just like easy, not tired, all that, it feels like I just took plays off during practice. So I need to go home feeling that like tiredness, feeling beat up, just knowing I was between the tackles that day.
Your coaches are going to love that answer.
Oh,
yeah. There's no question about that. But we were talking off the air about your running back room. I've been here a long time calling BC football games. To me, this depth that you have this year is one of the best you've ever had. Would you agree?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Turbo, Broom, Bo, Mackay, Hunter Clark, Anthony Ferrucci, myself, all of us, we've all making strides. Turbo, he's gotten quicker. And that's crazy to say for someone whose name is Turbo. He's gotten that shift stick a lot more in the offseason. I've gotten slimmed down a lot, worked on my quickness, worked on my strength. Broom, he's returned to us, and we've all seen what Broom can do, especially with his size and his strength that he uses a lot to his advantage. And just everyone coming along, we're just all making strides, and you can feel the energy in the room this year.
What did you do in the offseason to get better?
We just held each other accountable. We all made sure that we all had something that we wanted to get 1% better at each day. For me and myself, I wanted to get better at like pass protection, pass pro, and my job in the pass game so I could be a lot more effective, especially for the offense in those short downages and those third downs, and get back on tracks and those finishing the drives. Turbo, he's worked a lot on his short area quickness, even though, again, his name is Turbo. He just knows that if he can put his foot in the ground and go, it's going to be dangerous for defenses to try to stop him. And then Broom, him getting back from his ACL injury, every day has just been a day of grind and a day of just getting himself back to what he's felt right. And we've all been there to support him, and it's been great to have him back too.
Saw you last year. You were a violent runner. That's how I describe you, in a good way, because you broke tackles. You cherished yards after contact. Not many running backs can say that, but is that something you pride yourself upon?
I would say for sure. I've always prided myself on that, especially growing up in the South, growing up in Georgia. I've always had to just run through people who are bigger than me, stronger than me. So when I did hit my growth spurt and I got bigger and stronger, I just always still kept that mentality of running through, like I was running through smaller, like when I was smaller and running through bigger and stronger people. And I've always had that mindset, and I'm going to keep it for a long time.
The Syracuse game, otherwise known as the Jordan McDonald game. How did that game come together? What happened in that game to make you bust out?
I would say how that game really came to fruition was it was a team thing. It was really a team effort. We all sat down. It's really crazy to look back on it because I remember since day one of being in the hotel, or that first night when we got in the hotel, we had Coach O'Brien, Coach Long talked to us as an offensive unit, and they told us that game was going to be won on the ground, and that game was going to be won on making the other team feel us. And especially behind the O-line that we have, we know we had a great O-line last year. We had Ozzie, Drew Kendall,
right.
Jude Bowery, Logan Taylor, all of them. Logan Taylor and Jude we still have this year. But we knew that game was going to be won on the ground, and it was going to be won through between the tackles. So they just said, y'all better be ready for a hard-mouthed, snot-nosed game. And it's just get down, get dirty, and go get yards. And those are the type of games that Kai and I loved to hear last year. So that's really how it came to fruition. It was a team thing. I know you just said the Jordan McDonald show, but I couldn't have done it.
Of course, jokingly. You were a large part of it.
I know.
And Kai was too.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't have done it without him, man. Especially now we see how he's doing now with the Lions out there. He's killing it. And, just being able to have a guy like that support you and just keep you up, especially we knew I started a little back in the depth chart last year, so
right.
Going into that game, I couldn't really think about that. I had to think about what my role was for the team and what my role was in that position, and I felt like I was able to step in and feel it good.
Yeah, you just made some great points, including your offensive line. Jude Bower is back. Logan Taylor is back. Got a lot of good young depth there coming too. What have you seen in the first week of camp from them?
Oh, I've seen major strides. We call them the Bears because they love to get down there and get dirty. Jude, Wayne, Logan, Kevin Klein, Eric Doherty. They take pride in their jobs. They take pride as BCO linemen, BC men, just in general, and how we play our brand of football of just toughness and earning it. No matter what we have to do, we earn it in the classroom, earn it on the field. Just taking those strides and just continuing to be those BC men that we see every day. When
you came from Central Florida, why Boston College? Why you're a transfer? I'm sure there was that's a big time process for a kid to decide where to go next. Why did BC stand out?
It was more so just about actually going somewhere that would further me for the future in my academics and my just well-being as a person. And if I was to break my leg on the field and end everything the next day, what's the school that would help me in the long run still without being a football player? Because you never know. Like in my time at Central Florida, I'd never really got on the field in a major significant role to make myself stand out and shine, but I still needed to know that at the end of the day, if football ended, my life goes on, so I needed to go to a school that was going to help make me prosper later in life.
Well said. What are you studying at BC, and how's that going?
I'm studying comm over here. I'm still just getting in the classroom a lot better. Here, you're really taking school seriously. You're really taking football seriously. You're really becoming a better person. You're not slacking in one department. You're not giving up on one area. You're focusing on yourself as a whole person, and that really just changed me as a whole.
That's fantastic. So, communications major, another guy who wants to take my job.
Yes, sir.
Look
yes,
out.
Sir.
Look out. Here comes Jordan McDonald. Finally, Savon Huggins. What does he mean for your development, your running backs coach?
Coach Huggins, he's a wonderful coach to have. He's someone who's always going to push you. He's one of those coaches I like to say, don't listen to the words or the tone. Listen to the message.
Yep.
You gotta really hear what he's telling to you, because if you actually listen to the messages that he's giving to you, he's actually giving you real nuggets on how to improve your game, not only as a running back but as just an overall player in special teams and blocking and catching out the backfield and doing different things. He's just a man who's always going to sit there and be behind you and just ground you. Whenever you feel like you're getting too high, too low, he's going to bring you back to that center start and bring you back to your progression and just let you know what you need to do to continuously be consistently successful on the field.
All right, and keep in mind, number 5 this year?
Oh, yeah.
So you go Kai Rope. Does Kai know you took his number?
Kai knows. He knows, and I'm going to rock it good for him. Yes, sir.
So is this like a tradition now? We're going to carry number 5 forward?
I have no idea, but I can hopefully think so. 5 was my high school number.
Okay.
It's really been a big, special number to me my entire life. It stands for the 5 members of my family, and Kai knew that last year. That when he left, I definitely let him know a lot that I was going to have to take that 5. And he let me know back that if I did take the 5, I was going to have to wear it good. So now I have to live up to it.
Well, you will. It's a proud tradition now.
Yes,
Jordan
sir.
McDonald, everybody. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's Jordan McDonald on the BC Football Camp Report.